Hey, this is Deb Coons, your trusted real estate specialist. We're here today with another episode of Tuesday's Tips from the Trenches. I'm here today with Deanna Waters from Make It Home Senior Move Management. Hey, Deanna, thank you so much for joining us today. I wonder, can we start out by you telling me a little bit about yourself and your business and just exactly what is Senior Move Management?
Sure. Thanks for having me, Deb. So I'm the owner and founder of Make It Home Senior Move Management. I started this business 3.5 years ago after realizing that all of my friends and colleagues were going through this very difficult time of helping their senior loved ones transition from one residence to the other. I was looking for something new to do, and it just resonated with me. So we launched the business, as I said, 3.5 years ago. So what exactly is senior move management? It's the profession of helping typically older adults and their families relocate from one residence to another. And that has a lot of moving parts. There's a lot involved. I'm sure you've moved before, so you know what that's like.
Right.
But it's helping them also oftentimes decide what to take because they're downsizing to a smaller footprint, and then helping them figure out what to do with those things they don't need anymore. We also help people with entire house or estate clear outs. So the seniors have already moved out. You've got a house sitting with no one in it that needs to be cleared out so it can be marketed and sold.
Gotcha. Wow, that does sound like a rewarding job, really valuable service. So, Deanna, what's one thing that you wish everyone knew about senior move management?
The one thing would be that this profession exists, because a lot of people are not familiar with it. They've never heard about it. And if you do engage with a senior move manager, it can be very, very helpful, reduce your overall costs for moving, and make the transition less stressful and actually more pleasurable.
Hmm. I would agree with that. I think a lot of people don't know that exists. And when I talk to them about senior move management, they're like, well, what is that? So, yeah. So I'm sure we'll unpack that a little bit here. So, Deanna, like the name of the company, you're a senior move management company. So does that mean that you kind of just come in and just say, oh, here's what you should do, here's what you should do? Or like, how much do you guys actually do? Like, what are the services that you actually can provide? Is it, packing
Great.
and unpacking boxes, or like what do you do?
Yeah, great question, Deb.
Mhm.
So we do everything. We can help them with the plan. We can help them with sorting, helping them decide what to take and what not to take. Floor and space plan, which is very important. I'm a big advocate of that. Securing movers, we do that for our clients. We pack for the move. So once decisions are made about what's going to go, we pack for the move. We provide move day oversight to make sure that everything that's supposed to get on the truck and move does.
Mm.
And then at the new residence, we unpack everything and resettle the client. And by that, I mean things like hanging drapes and putting up the shower curtains and putting those dishes away. We also hang artwork for our clients. That's really important to make your new space look like home.
Right.
We line up charities. If you're going to donate things, we can line those charitable organizations up to come pick them up. And gosh, just a host of other things. But that probably gives you a pretty good idea of what we do.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think the one thing too that I like to think about is, this can be, I think you touched on a little bit before, an emotional thing, right? Moving is emotional. And so it's nice to have that hand holding and make sure everything is comfortable to the senior when they get to the new space. So,
Exactly. Reassuring them through the process that everything's going to be okay, and that they're going to like their new space. We're keeping their favorite things ideally, and we're going to make their new home look like home.
yeah, awesome. Okay. So, one thing I'm wondering, like, if a client is able to do some of these things themselves or with the help of a family, can they still contact a senior move management to do some aspects of the work?
Of course, at least my business model is structured that way. I think it's important, though, that you consult with a senior move manager early in the process to determine what it is that you can do yourself, or the client can do themselves, or maybe their family can, and then what components of the move that you're looking for the move manager to help you with. For example, this week we moved clients from their home into a senior living community, and it was a fairly big downsizing project. And one of their sons was very skilled at space planning, so he did all the measuring of the furniture in the new space and created a very nice digital space plan that we all followed. So I like to engage with the family as much as possible and encourage that collaboration.
Gotcha. So it's kind of like a la carte. Maybe you do some of this and I do some of that. Yeah, gotcha.
It can be. Other clients want us to do everything, and we're happy to do that as well.
So like a white glove. Yeah.
Yep.
Awesome. So Deanna, you have talked before about doing a floor plan, and can you talk a little bit about how that might be beneficial specifically in a senior move management?
Happy to. So I'm a huge advocate of floor and space plans. And what they are and what we do for our clients is we take the floor plan provided by typically a senior living community that's provided. We go in and we remeasure those spaces, the walls. We measure the client's furniture that they think they want to take. And then we place the furniture and the larger pieces into this floor plan using software. This not only helps us figure out what will fit comfortably, but also we don't want to overstuff their new home either. For example, if our client is walking with a walker, we measure the walker. If it's 29 inches wide, and we know that the client's going to need about a 36-inch radius to turn around at any given point within the apartment. So we need to have clearance between, say, a bedside and a dresser to ensure that our client can comfortably navigate the space. So I think that's the big benefit to doing a floor plan. But a secondary one is to reduce costs for moving, because we don't want to hire movers to move furniture that's not going to fit in their new space.
Right.
So all those decisions about what will fit and what won't fit will all be fleshed out by doing this floor and space plan.
Right. Yeah, you don't want to have to redo anything for sure.
Mm-mm.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that information. What are some tips that you could provide for people who are facing a big move that includes downsizing?
Sure. So my top tips would be develop a move plan. And part of that plan should include your timeline with the tasks that have to be done before and after the move. Your move date's going to be your anchor of that timeline. So that's tip number one. Number two, don't wait to the day of or the week before the move to start this process. You know, downsizing and moving is very exhausting, and you want to give yourself plenty of time and not wear yourself out before you get started. Number three, it would be to ask for help, whether that's engaging with professional people like myself or with family and friends. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Again, it can be overwhelming to be faced with a big move, particularly if you're a senior. So engage people to help you.
Okay, great tips. Awesome. Thank you so much. So Deanna, tell us, what is a favorite thing that your clients say about the services you provide?
Almost always they say, thank you, we could not have done this without you.
Wow.
And I know when they say that, they mean it. You've moved before, and moving is a lot of hard work. It's very physical. It can be very emotional, mentally exhausting when you're thinking about what to keep, what to let go of. And having support, professional support throughout the process can make it your goals attainable and actually make it fun.
Hmm, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that they are probably super, super grateful when, when they're all moved and you've done your job and they can just sit back and relax. So, yes, definitely. All right. Well, thank you so much, Deanna, for joining us. I know that this is something like you mentioned earlier that not a lot of people know that senior move management even exists. So I appreciate you coming on and helping us to get the word out. And so just thank you for joining us. I appreciate it so much. So be sure to check back next Tuesday for more tips from the trenches.